The Old Guard is back, or as I like to call it, Filler the Movie. Let's talk about The Old Guard 2. Andy leads immortal warriors against a powerful enemy, threatening their group. They grapple with the resurfacing of a long-lost immortal, complicating their mission to safeguard humanity. So the whole crew is back. Charlize Theron as Andy, Nikki Lane as Nile, Mateus as Booker, Marwan as Joe, Chiwetel Ejiofor as Copley. It's the whole gang plus some new faces like Thurman showing up as the generic bad guy because I'm bad and evil. And I want a MacGuffin thing that you have. So it's been 5 years, man. 5 years, man! Years since we've had to wait for a sequel for this one. And I don't know what the actors have been doing in between, but it doesn't feel like we've been waiting 5 years for them to polish the script for this one. This very much feels like an Empire Strikes Back. Whereas if The Empire Strikes Back was the worst Star Wars movie, thankfully it wasn't. It was the best one that we've had. Here, it feels like this is padding for what's to come. There is no big major arc storyline that is completed yet. This is just literally a stopgap. So what we get in between is action sequences, and then in between those action sequences is exposition filler for giving us a bit of lore as to what's happened. Not really completing all the lore, just giving us an idea of the histories of some of these characters as they were giving us in the first one. Whereas the first one did this magical thing of balancing its exposition with character development. This time round, we have a, hey, do you remember this? And like, do we care? Because we don't really remember that. Unless you've recently watched the first one, like I did, you'll probably be thinking, who are those characters again? And so it plays on the fact that it thinks that you remember this 5-year gap. And if you haven't seen the film within that 5 years, you're going to be looking at these characters going, who are they again? And why do I care? So because it's playing on past emotions that you probably don't have with these characters, they all feel superficial and a bit light, like these emotions that are there that we don't really care about. Because some of the MacGuffins of these characters, their superpowers, lead us to think that they're not capable of dying, it takes away that intensity of, what's going to happen to them? Because you're more like along for the ride of, I know they're going to survive this mostly. There is some worry for the characters, but you don't really care. You're kind of waiting for the next action bit sequence to be shown on the screens. And the action sequences are good. They are fun, energetic, creative. In the world of John Wick movies, ballerina, extractions, all of those, I think this one can say, hey, look, we've done something creative with our action choreographed scenes, and for the most part, the characters playing them are believable. Mostly. Does it do anything new out of the box? Yeah, some of the action sequences are unique and fun, but some of them also do feel generic and a little bit fast and furious. It's disappointing because there are moments in this that the second one shines, from a great score to some good acting, emotional moments, but all of that is padding. And because the whole film is padding for whatever's to come, are we going to have to wait another 5 years for part 3? And do we care enough to wait? Are you expecting your audience then to go back and watch part 1 and 2 to remember what has happened in between?
I remember.
Yeah, I remember that.
I guess that's the reason why a lot of these YouTube channels have the, hey, recap section. For me, I was like, okay, this is a very easy story. It's the redemption relationship story. It's the knitting of a group and the passing of a baton, sort of. But you know exactly what's going to happen in this movie. There are no real surprises in this. Surprise! Even with the lore, you probably would have guessed. It hints at some things and then you go, oh yes. It makes you feel for some characters like there might be some plight, that they might actually die in moments, and then takes that away. So for every good thing that this film does, it feels like it detracts from that. And then we have, of course, the, hey, until next time, guys.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
So I don't know about this movie, guys. I really wanted to enjoy this. I'm a big fan of the first one because I think it knew what it was. Chiwetel Ejiofor's character seemed relevant, but this time round, he just feels like a side character. In fact, most of the team feel like side characters. Charlene's relationship issue and her protege that is like the one. But apart from that, it does feel like bits, even though they are a team, there are bits here and there, and this is a moment to shine for the big bad, to have their fighting action sequence, and even that was kind of lackluster. Reminded me of Civil War, The Avengers, that big fight sequence on the tarmac in the airport.
You're pulling your punches.
Now that was much more exciting than what we get here, but it's one of those tarmac fighting sequence endings, which I think they could have chosen in different locations for it, but it just felt like, out of everything, the creativity was there, but sometimes it just lacked the pacing and connectivity and the emotional intent that the first movie had. So this was a big letdown for me. So I'm going to give this 2 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
I guess I was pretty horny.
Let me know if I'm being too harsh. Did you think it was a generic, forgetful movie that you won't remember in like T-minus, 6 seconds? Or did you think this was a serviceable part until the next one? I don't know that if we get a third one, we're going to be looking back at this one and going, yeah, that was great. I do think once you've seen it, you're going to have almost immediately forgotten it. Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long on Tuesday.